Michael Beasley has reportedly thought about requesting a trade from his Big Three team. ABC Crew reacts. Let's get straight into it. Chris B. Haynes, news. Michael Beasley of the expansion Miami 305 team is upset the franchise drafted Lance Stevenson with the number 1 overall pick and is contemplating requesting a trade. Sources tell me.
That's crazy.
We about to play. Oh, my bad. I'm getting too loud. Yo, I'm getting too loud. Yo.
I want to tee it off.
Go ahead, brother.
This is a very smart tactic here by Michael Beasley. Also, it's a very smart tactic here by the Miami 305 to actually draft them if they're trying to make it a business move. The reason why I say it is because they know June 6th is on the horizon. Drafting him to the same team as Bees could be good and bad. The reason why I say bad is because if they just let it rock and they're playing together, you know what I'm saying? People are like, wait, aren't they playing June 6th, right? But good, seeing like being what Bees is doing right now, he's basically saying, hey, this is fucking up everything like that I got going on with June 6th. I shouldn't be on the same team as my opponent that I'm about to face in a matter of a few weeks. And y'all sit here and draft the nigga. So now Beast is going against the grain, say, nah, bump that. I request a trade. Do you understand how many more eyes is going to be on that matchup now? Because everybody's like, wait a minute. These two actually might have a genuine competitive disliking for one another. And I think it's super smart for Bees to request a trade because it would not look good to play with your op on the same team. What are we doing?
Mills, go ahead.
I think that, like, we obviously saw them in the season, right? Like, you can have love for someone. Like, they have love for each other. They have respect for each other, I should say.
Yes.
But, like, with guys like this, it doesn't matter when they lace them up. So this builds the storyline, but, like, a guy like Bees, a guy like Lance, they will compartmentalize their relationship or, like, you know what I'm saying, respect. When they lace them up, it's a sport. Like, it's a sport. They're not going to lack any intensity. So what I'm saying is, I don't care if they're on the same team, if they're not on the same team. I know June 6th that both of them are not going to want to lose. And, like, these are not guys we have to worry about playing the game a certain way because they have respect for each other.
And I think that's the main thing with this too. Like you said, Mills, we both know that they are the most ultimate competitors, but that's a power play, bro. That was a great way to, yeah. And how far are we from this event? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
3 weeks?
Boy, we about what, 11 days, about 17 days away. Bro,
that is the perfect power play to build the storyline even more than what they already have. Plus, tell them about Giannis, man.
Giannis Antetokounmpo literally just commented on the Next Chapter post yesterday, talking about how Mike Bees is cold, and I'm like, I don't believe he follows the page. He just came across it and commented. So even like we got people like Giannis, league MVP, NBA champ, NBA Finals MVP. Like we got Kyrie Irving. Like there's so many eyes on it right now, and I think I'm not going to get too far away, but I think the community is taking note, and that's why a lot of the community right now is in uproar because they're like, man, some people might have FOMO. And that's just FOMO's a real thing here. You see, imagine if Braun comment next. If Giannis comment, Braun not too far off.
But that should never be a thing, bro.
Yeah, but that's what it is, though, Mills.
Yeah,
that's what social media has come to. Like it's the FOMO of like, I don't want to miss out on this. Like I got to be at this event because I don't want to miss out. You know what I'm saying? X, Y, and Z, and that's just what the culture has become. Sadly.
That's very cringy. That's so lame to me. That is social media, though. That is social media, though. No, I'm just saying, like, I will never move based on attention. Like, I don't like, even in my playing career or anything I do on social media, I will never be a pick me. Or I will never move based on if attention is somewhere. I think that's the wrong way to move. I don't think that that's a way to live your life and a way to win long term. Like, I don't even think, like, I'm in competition with myself, and I would judge myself if I acted that way. I swear to God, I'm my biggest critic. Like, I will hold my if I ever were to move weird that way and like do things for attention, I hope people aren't doing that. I hope people's intentions are different than that. Because if not, that is super, super corny. I don't internet or not.
Oh, people moving like that, Mills.
Yeah, regardless if it's basketball or not, people
Oh
moving
yeah,
like that.
people moving like that.
You think people
I would
should?
say
Do you
I
think
was
people should move like that?
no, but
No.
80% of social media is moving like that.
Well, maybe
80%
that's
of
our
social
issue
media.
as a society. Maybe social media is too much of our society, and people dictate their decisions and way that they move based on their quote unquote career. Don't
Trying to
do
tell
that,
you.
bro. Don't do that.
Trying to
Live
tell
your
you.
life. Be a grown man. Live your life with honor, morals. Stand on your 10. Do not move your life based on attention. Do not
Well,
live your life that way.
well, Mills, B, before you go, I want to
Go
say
ahead.
this too. I think it's
My bad. I've derailed this
Nah,
conversation.
it don't
no,
matter.
no,
We
you're
good.
good.
We good.
We'll bring it back after this point. Like we'll definitely bring it back. I think society, right? We have Amazon Prime, DoorDash, Postmates, Uber Eats. We have all these apps that gratify us quickly. And the same bleeds into content, into just the entertainment business. Everybody wants that instant gratification of success without having to go take the stairs. I even said without having to take those small steps. And that's why that's what we built. As kids, we didn't have these fast ordering apps. Like we had Roundtable that we call the food might come in 2 hours because they got to drop off 15 other boxes. But now it's like it's direct to you, 25 minutes or less. You know what I mean? It's everything is such it's so accessible. And I think that bleeds into everything that we do as a society. But there's my 2 cents on that.
Instant gratification. Yeah.
Yeah. But back to the bees thing though. B, I want to ask you a question because Mills kind of answered. If you're Michael Beasley, right? Regardless if you're on the same team as Lance, wouldn't you rather lace up against him to give people like I don't know when their first game is, if it's before June 6th or not, but if it is, I envision them putting the team that Bees might get traded to against Lance's team first game. Like that would be the most like logical thing to do, just to get a taste of what it would look like. Pause. Whoa. Shit.
if in a perfect world, yes. In a perfect world, yes. If this is actually something that Michael Beasley is really looking to get traded, like I'm really not with this. Get me up out of here. I think Stacks should pick him up. I was talking with Cam about this last night. We was talking about maybe Stacks should pick him up, and maybe the LA Riot.
Ooh, Dwight?
With Nick, with Nick
My
Young.
gosh.
That's what I'm saying. So because I'm gonna be honest with you, there are 2 personalities. It kind of makes sense that Bees is asking for a trade because the way they was popping it throughout the entirety of the season, whoever wins this game, I gotta go through an entire Big 3 season with you talking about you beat me in the ones for $100,000.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Get me up out of here immediately.
Who do you think would take the loss harsher? Like, who do you think would be
Beasley? Beasley, he's the one
Bro,
who won myth.
I don't know though, Lance. Like, I feel like Lance would take it tougher.
Really?
I think,
what did we pause, man?
Golly,
Will.
bro. All right.
I let the
My
first
bad,
one.
my bad. That was bad. That was really bad. My bad.
Go ahead.
How do I say this? Lance would take the loss worse. Lance would take the loss worse. I actually think Beasley. I think Beasley is the 101 myth, but I think he just like would have a lot of grace in the potential loss. But like, I don't think it actually would become an issue after the fact. Is
You don't
that
think
bad?
so?
I don't think so.
Oh, Lance,
I don't
pop
think
it.
so.
Lance better
think-
not win.
Pop it so much.
I think on the floor, it's whether they're beefing or not. When you deal with guys like Bees and Lance, there's not gonna be a ton of like negative emotion in the game. There will be like positive emotion or like, you know what I'm saying, just competitive nature. But I think to reach the level that they've reached, you have to have a level of like, they're pros, bro. They're pros. And I just feel like they would handle themselves as such.
Mm-hmm.
But they also would kind of remind us of competitive nature that maybe some of the YouTube community is lacking of, recently as of recent.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're cool and they're friends and they have respect for each other, but like they get to that point when they play because they love the sport. They love the sport.
The only thing I will tell you is, Mills, during the season, I specifically remember Lance being like, "Shit, everybody got me losing.
Fact.
The whole world got me losing." So
Facts.
I wouldn't say he playing with house money, but he got some house money in that house.
He does, yeah. Beasley, quote unquote, has more rep to lose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But bro,
who's
That's
the
the thing.
favorite? Who's
I
the
actually
favorite?
haven't
Oh,
heard
go ahead,
anybody
sir.
say they have Lance winning.
yeah.
Who do we have winning?
I think the favorite is going to be.
I don't like
Bees.
when you do that. I don't.
That's the
like
only.
when
But
you do
listen,
that.
This is the only way I can logically say it because, like, the underdog could win, and then somebody might go back and be like, well, the underdog won, so like he was the favorite. No, the underdog can win. The underdog can win the game. You got to lace them up and play. So I just say this is the favorite. I don't know who's going to win, but this is the favorite. And this is maybe by how much. That's how my
Who
mind
do
works.
you have winning, Mills?
Beasley's the favorite.
Like,
I'm just,
question.
bro.
I want to ask both of y'all this. If this is 100% true and Beasley is asking for a trade, how does this affect the competitive nature within the 1v1? Does it get even more intense now?
In terms of what?
In terms of disdain. I know they're kind of cool, but it's like, oh, damn, you don't like me that much. You want to get traded? You think is that serious to you? Oh, I bet. We're going to really strap up then. I got to ask it.
I just look at it from a standpoint of if you have A. Millie and B. Ellis who are about to check up for 100K, and I draft a team with A. Millie and B. Ellis, I think subconsciously you'd be like, I'm not trying to play against someone. I'm trying to play. I'm not trying to play with somebody that I'm about to play against in a couple weeks. I don't know. I don't know.
No, I mean, because think about it. If they're practicing in the big three and like there is that unspoken tension of just competitiveness, but like I'm about to play this guy, it maybe would make the focus a little weird in terms of like leading up to this game. If you're practicing with them, it may not. That may be kind of odd. That may feel kind of weird.
And for the go ahead, sir.
I was say quick question, but you can answer yours first. Go ahead.
Imagine if me and Millie on the same team, Millie beats me in a one-on-one, and then he has the personality of Lance Stevenson or Michael Beasley. I'm letting you know.
Right.
What? Now what you say? I just beat you for 100K, nigga.
And
watch your mouth.
And does that make things weird if the game does get super competitive? And, you know, does that make it weird? Because now you're competing in a big three season together and this is your teammate. But now, not only was there unspoken tension before the game, now after the game is worse. So, and you got to travel, you got to practice. Like,
it's the reality.
That may not be somebody you want to see for a little while. I may need a break from him. I may need a few months off. Like,
and you got to see him on social media.
What?
It's gonna be talking about on social media on every platform. We're gonna talk about it. Every other platform's gonna talk about it. Plus, you got to go to practice in the game. I got to go in timeouts and hear your voice. I got to take advice from you of what you see in the game.
You might not want to see him for a little bit. That's all I'm saying. There's no bad blood, but like I might not want to see you for a few weeks. Give me a few weeks. Like, let me heal.
My question from B's and Lance's standpoint, I blinked. Wow. Anyways, I have the schedule here, and the first game is June 14th. So
okay.
June 6th is pay-per-view. One of y'all lose 8 days later. We got to play together. Yeah, nah. Bench me, brother. Okay. I remember my point. I was saying if B's requests a trade, who the hell can you trade for B's? Who of what value will you get for B? Like
you got to trade.
It's gonna have to be Dwight.
You need like two guys. Probably.
It's gonna have to be Dwight.
Pause again. Golly.
Wow.
I know it's been a bad one.
That was brutal.
But all right, let me give you a flip side. To this scenario. Have y'all ever had a teammate? You guys both played college. We all played college. In the preseason, you're battling with this teammate. Preseasons of college are hell, right?
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you're battling for position. You're going through conditioning. You're spending a lot of time with these guys. But then once the game comes, it's like when you're playing with that guy now on your team, there's a different level of like they could potentially just run through the big three if they stay together after the loss. You know what I'm saying? Because
That's a great point.
They just battled it out. And I've experienced that with a teammate.
A great point.
Shout out Kenny Doss from Chicago in prep school. Me and him were roommates. I mean, we did not get along. 6 a.m. It's not going well. Like we're fighting. That's at one point for 2 weeks. We're wrestling every practice. And we were roommates. But like when we played our first game, I mean, I would have died for the guy.
Yeah.
Been in the trenches with him.
You know what I'm saying? So they might just run through the
That's
big three
a
if
good
they
point.
stay together, just to play the opposite angle of this.
That's a good point. And don't let the game be.
I had a college roommate who we got into one practice, and we never been closer since then. Like we are as close as you could imagine.
I thought you were gonna say we never became friends or something.
Oh no.
That's why I was laughing.
No, he was at my wedding and everything. So no, that's my guy.
That's crazy, right? How that works. That you know why? It's just that you earned each other's respect to the utmost.
For sure.
Sometimes it's the guys that you don't talk to and that you never really battle with that you maybe subconsciously don't have the most respect for because you never went to battle with them.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys a question. Could women do that?